It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker. I'm so honored to have Sean with us today. Mr. Eldridge is an investor and a political activist. He's the founder and president of Hudson River Ventures, a small business investment fund locally focused in the Hudson River Valley. You want to talk about Think Local First? This is what Think Local First is all about. Taking money and investing it in businesses and not-for-profits locally here in the Hudson River Valley. He has invested in numerous businesses right here in Dutchess County, including Hudson Chocolates, GG Hudson Valley, and Poppy's Burgers and Fries. I think I would like that. Poppy's Burgers and Fries. He recently founded the Hudson Valley Advanced Manufacturing Center at SUNY New Paltz, and we have our good friend with us today, to prepare local students and workers for the next generation of manufacturing. He serves on the board of directors of the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation and previously served on the board of Scenic Hudson and Planned Parenthood Hudson Peconic. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Sean Eldridge.
Good morning. Get situated here. Thank you, Charlie, for that very kind introduction and for the opportunity to be here this morning and to say a few words. It's great to be here with a number of friends, with Assemblywoman Dee Dee Barrett, with Don Christian from SUNY New Paltz, with Ned and Tara Sullivan. I also want to recognize my CEO, Mike Oates, who's joined us here this morning as well. So it's great to be here and to have an opportunity to tell you a little bit about our work. Hudson River Ventures is very proud to be a member of the Chamber and to be part of the terrific work that all of you do. And I'd like to really quickly touch on three things this morning. I want to tell you a bit about Hudson River Ventures, why I started it, and a little bit about the investments that we've made so far, particularly right here in Dutchess County. And I also want to tell you about the Hudson Valley Advanced Manufacturing Center at SUNY New Paltz that I helped found in May, and provide a couple of recent developments and some exciting news on that front. And then I'll conclude with a few broader comments about the opportunities and challenges that I see ahead for us in the Hudson Valley. So as we all know, access to capital is a significant issue in our region. And I started Hudson River Ventures in 2011 when I realized that there were tremendous entrepreneurs and small businesses throughout the Hudson Valley whose capital needs were not being met. Lenders and investors were taking a very conservative approach, and I knew that there were promising opportunities out there that were not being invested in. Companies with strong track records were having a very hard time finding capital to grow, and startups were out of luck. I also knew that economic development and unemployment are the largest issues facing our region, and that without access to capital, it's impossible for us to see the kind of growth and job creation that we would all like to see. And so I founded Hudson River Ventures with these two goals in mind: to invest in our promising small businesses and entrepreneurs who might not have access to capital otherwise, but also to help grow our regional economy and create good jobs in the process. We are a for-profit investment fund, but with that double bottom line focus. And when I started the fund, I knew that it made the most sense to start with really the strengths of our region. So we identified a number of industry sectors and clusters that we were going to focus on, including food and beverage, agriculture, tourism and hospitality, and advanced manufacturing, all of which, as you know, are great strengths of our region. Our deals at Hudson River Ventures include both equity investments as well as debt, and our investment range is from $50,000 up to $500,000. To date, I'm proud to say that we've invested in more than a dozen small businesses throughout our region, as you can see here from Westchester all the way up to Sullivan County, over to Columbia. And I'm also very proud to report that of all the counties in the Hudson Valley, we've invested the most right here in Dutchess. Thank you. As you can see on the map, we're currently invested in 5 small businesses here in Dutchess County, and they're great companies. We've invested in Bread Alone, which many of you probably know. It's a family-owned bakery that is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year and growing its market reach throughout the tri-state area. And although they're actually based in Ulster County, they have a retail location here in Rhinebeck, and we're investing them to help them expand and build a new $6 million state-of-the-art bakery. We've also invested, as was mentioned, in Hudson Chocolates, which is right here in Poughkeepsie. It's a very new artisanal chocolate company that was launched this year with our support. It was founded by Francisco Magoya, who's a well-respected chocolatier and a professor at the Culinary Institute of America. And in less than a year, they've been growing very rapidly. We've invested in Gigi's Hudson Valley. You may have heard of Gigi's from the restaurant in Rhinebeck or the market in Red Hook. And we're very thrilled to be partnering with Laura Pensiero to help her grow her farm-to-table catering business. Also in the food and beverage world, we've invested in Poppy's Burgers and Fries in Beacon. Poppy's is a great restaurant right on Main Street. It was founded by Paul Yeepel, who a few of you may know. He won the Food Network cooking competition show Chopped. And we invested in him to enable them to renovate their restaurant and expand their menu, and they're doing great. And finally, here in Dutchess, we're investing in a company called Uncharted Play, which is also here in Poughkeepsie. It's a small manufacturing company that combines play with cutting-edge technology. They're best known for a product called the Socket, which is a soccer ball that generates and stores energy when you play with it. It's been praised by President Obama and President Clinton, and our investment is enabling them to expand in the Hudson Valley and to manufacture their products right here. As you can tell, we're very heavy on the food and beverage front, and I think that the food and beverage industry still has a lot of room to grow in the Hudson Valley. The craft brewery and craft distillery industries are also growing rapidly, and we've invested in a number of breweries and distilleries in other counties throughout the region. I'm also optimistic about innovative technology and agriculture companies that we're investing in. And one in particular is worth mentioning. We recently announced an investment in a company called Farmers Web. And it's based in New York City, but it's an online marketplace that connects Hudson Valley farms to wholesale buyers and restaurants. And Farmers Web actually serves a number of Dutchess County farmers, including Migliorelli Farm and Hudson Valley Fresh and a few others. And our investment will enable them to expand their service to more farms in Dutchess County and throughout the Hudson Valley. So I'm thrilled with the small businesses that we've invested in so far. But one of the things that I'm most proud of is that we've been partnering with other investors and lenders that are working to grow the broader access to capital landscape. On a number of deals, we've partnered with other great groups, including Community Capital Resources, Farm Credit East, local banks, and other private investors. And there are a number of private investors who have noticed our work and our model and who are looking to partner with us on future deals. And to me, that is very exciting, because if we can grow the pot and if we can bring in other partners, then we can address the issue of access to capital in our region at a much larger scale. And that seems to be happening. I know that Think Local First has been a real focus here at the Chamber and for Charlie. And I'm seeing a lot of growth in the Eat Local and Shop Local movements. And I would love to see an Invest Local movement here in our region. And I think it has great potential. Shifting gears a little bit, in addition to Hudson River Ventures, I've also worked on a number of nonprofit projects that are focused on economic development. And for those of you who haven't heard about it yet, I want to tell you a little bit about the Hudson Valley Advanced Manufacturing Center at SUNY New Paltz, which I helped found in May, and give you a quick update on its growth. In May, I announced the creation of the center and a $1 million investment in 3D printing in our region. I contributed the founding funds that were generously matched by Central Hudson to create the Hudson Valley Advanced Manufacturing Center in New Paltz. And the center has brought state-of-the-art 3D printing equipment to our region, as well as the expertise and the curriculum to train the next generation of entrepreneurs right here in the Hudson Valley. As part of the center, a new certificate program was established at SUNY New Paltz to train students for jobs that utilize 3D printing. And classes have already begun this semester as part of that certificate program at SUNY New Paltz. In addition to the Advanced Manufacturing Center, I committed up to $500,000 through Hudson River Ventures to invest in companies that incorporate 3D printing into their businesses. Companies like Uncharted Play that I mentioned earlier right here in Poughkeepsie that are using 3D printing. If you don't know about it, 3D printing is really a revolutionary technology that's changing the way we make almost everything, from automobile and aircraft parts to medical equipment and countless consumer products. It's changing manufacturing forever. And although, as we know, there's no silver bullet for economic growth in the Hudson Valley, 3D printing really does have tremendous potential to grow our economy, to spark innovation, and to create jobs in our region. So it's an exciting initiative, and although the center is housed at SUNY New Paltz, its impact extends throughout our region and to here in Dutchess County. Our region's colleges will have access to the center for training and use of the equipment, so that they can learn and design and test new manufacturing processes. And as the center grows, local businesses will have an opportunity to rent equipment, to create prototypes, and grow their businesses. Because the cost of industrial 3D printing is really prohibitive for most small businesses. And the center will enable them to access the technology while at the same time allowing students to interact with potential employers. When I started the center in May, I knew it was just the beginning and that it had a lot of room to grow. And I'm excited to report that yesterday the center was chosen as a top priority project for the Mid-Hudson Regional Economic Development Council. And with further SUNY, state, and private support, the center is poised to have a tremendous impact on our region. These are the kind of investments in innovation and training that we need to make in the Hudson Valley to remain strong and stay ahead of the curve. Obviously, there's a great history of advanced manufacturing in our region. And I think it's important that as a region and as a business community that we continue to invest in these strengths and double down on the strengths of our region in advanced manufacturing, in agriculture, in food and beverage, in tourism, and higher education. And I want to thank the Chamber and other economic leaders for focusing on these strengths and for these clusters, just as we are at Hudson River Ventures. What's so important about this chamber is that it's an incubator for these big ideas that will help grow our community and our county and our region. And through the chamber, we can connect the dots on these big ideas and bring together our best entrepreneurs with our investors and our banks and our marketers to grow our companies and also to address the challenges that we're facing as a county and as a region. Because we have challenges. Access to capital is still a significant issue that we need to address. We must continue to invest in training for our students and workers to help prepare them for the quickly evolving economy. We need to innovate and help attract cutting-edge technology. And we must diversify our economy because we cannot be dependent on any one single company. You know, the majority of our new jobs are coming from small businesses. And so we must nurture them and invest in them and work with them to build a diverse economy right here in Dutchess that's rooted in our strengths. Because we have great strengths. And despite the many challenges that we face, I am very optimistic. We would all love to see more growth faster and more jobs sooner. But we have a heck of a lot going for us. And we must double down on those strengths. We have a skilled workforce. We have easy access to the largest markets in the world. We have an incredible history and natural beauty that attracts people here from all over the world. We have tremendous agriculture. And we have world-class universities. And so I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic because in my work at Hudson River Ventures and in our work with you as a member of this chamber, I see an entrepreneurial spirit and a drive and a commitment to our community that leaves me full of hope. So together, let's double down on those strengths. Let's continue to do great things. Thank you for the opportunity to address you this morning and for all of the great work that all of you are doing to make our community a better place. Thank you.
Wow. Wasn't that unbelievable? How about another round of applause for that incredible vision? What a joy, an honor really to present to Sean a small token of our appreciation as a chamber for his vision for our valley. So I hope this will hang with pride someplace prominent in your life, and I thank you for bringing the excitement and the promise that you have to our region. And I want to thank all of you for attending this morning's breakfast. Please remember to make your reservations early and to pay in advance for our October breakfast. The date again is October the 16th. And do not forget to visit our wonderful nonprofit on your way out. We have the Coalition Against Sexual and Domestic Abuse. And of course, also again, we have those donations for the Chamber Foundation on your table. I hope that you will give generously if your finances allow. With that, make it a great day. Thanks.